Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and today is the first episode in a new exciting series on my channel. So welcome to episode 1 of this new series. I'm really excited to be starting a series of videos on my channel. This series doesn't really have a name, but it's basically going to consist of me reading different genres that are recommended to me using this library resource called Novelist. It is such an amazing website, and it depends on if your library is subscribed to the service for you to access it, but my library system has it. So you log into your library, you check like where you can log into databases, search for Novelist, and boom, there you go. So basically this service lets you search for books, and then off to the side it shows books that are similar to that book. So that's what I'm going to be doing, to have Novelist recommend me books based off of books that I have previously really loved, to see if it's good at recommending books, and also just to try to find more new favorites. I currently have a lot of ideas planned for this, like so many different genres, but I'm in a romance mood right now, so I thought episode 1 we could do romance. So let's get started. So I've gone through the past couple of years of reading and have found the 3 books that I would say are like my favorite romance books that I've read in the last couple of years. So the first one we have is Delilah Green. Now I'm obsessed with Delilah Green, like the writing style and the characters. Everything about this book was just so perfect for me. So let's try to find one that is like similar. So, all right, I'm gonna put it into Novelist and we'll see what we get. Okay, it's recommending me Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, I think is how you say that. I am interested in this book because there are several people that I follow that really like this book, and I've been hearing some pretty good things about it for a while. The other books on this list just aren't like calling out to me in particular, so I'm gonna go with this one, and I think that's a good choice. So we're gonna go ahead, I think, and just pick the books together now, and then I'll just read them at some point in this vlog. So that'll be the pick. So Delilah Green, I've been recommended Part of Your World. So that's exciting. The other favorite book that I have picked out is Kiss Her Once for Me. I just read this around Christmas time, I think last year or the year before, and just really enjoyed it and would love to find something similar. It reminds me a lot of Delilah Green, so I don't know, we'll see. Oh my goodness, I was recommended Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, which is the 3rd book in the Delilah Green Doesn't Care series, which is actually really ironic because I did just read book 2 pretty recently, and I did want to get to Iris Kelly soon. So I guess Novelist was like, you know what? You need to finish series. So Kiss Her Once for Me is a fave, and I've been recommended Iris Kelly. So I think that's a really good recommendation, and not even having read Iris Kelly yet, but I do think they compare pretty nicely. And I do also want to mention, I think I heard somewhere that Novelist, the recommendations are put in by librarians, so it's not just a computer generating things similar. It is like actual people putting in recommendations for the books, I think. I'm like 98% sure that's correct, but I think that's really cool if that's true. I think that's even better than just having like the computer come up with things, because technology is already such a big part of our world. It's nice to have actual people, you know, recommending things. So let's go into book 3. So another favorite of mine is A Princess in Theory. I really don't give out a lot of 4- and 5-star reads to romance, so for me to have like 3 solid picks, I'm really excited. It's kind of hard. Like, it took me a long time to find like 3 romance books that I could definitively say are like favorites. So I do want to also mention, I have a couple other 4- and 5-star romance books that I have read, but the recommendations that I got for those I didn't love. Like I wasn't interested in anything, and I want to at least be somewhat interested in what I'm being recommended, and not just reading something that doesn't even sound good. Like Romance Book Club, love all those books, but the recommendations for all of those books did not sound appealing to me. So I just want to preface that as well. So A Princess in Theory, absolutely love this book. It was so good when I read it. I have yet to continue with this series. I think I read book 2, but that's it. It's so good. So curious what little novelist friend is gonna do for me here. Ooh, The Neighbor Favor. I have been seeing this book everywhere recently. The cover is one of my like absolute favorites. The colors, the 2 characters on the front like exchanging books, like this sounds adorable. I don't really remember much about it, but I'm pretty sure it's like an author or something, and I don't know. It sounds cute. I know it's a bookish romance, and I've been really interested in that one. So, Princess Theory, The Neighbor Favor, boom. All right, that is the TBR for this video. Part of Your World, Iris Kelly, and The Neighbor Favor. So I will likely start Iris Kelly first because I do have that audiobook from the library. So I'll probably get to that one soon and I'll keep you updated. So I'm really excited about this little video project. I don't want to set a time frame on when each episode's going to come out. I'm just going to kind of film each episode as I feel like that particular genre. I also have some very specific ones like dark academia and fantasy romance, which I thought would be really fun. So you'll see those episodes eventually, and I'll probably come up with more. So it's just going to be a fun little series on my channel. I don't know how long it's going to go for, like I said, but it'll be kind of like a vlog style little video, and I think it'll be super fun. So without further ado, let's get into the first book. Hello friends, I really didn't update much on when I was reading Iris Kelly, but I just finished listening to Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, and I quite enjoyed this one quite a bit. I feel like the anxiety representation in here was so well written because one of our main characters, Stevie, has very bad anxiety, and I feel like the way Ashley Herring Blake wrote this was so authentic. Like the anxiety was making me feel anxious just because of how well it was done, and like Stevie is such an overthinker, which I completely relate with, and it just really resonated with me, I guess. And I just really love these two together. It was really fun following their story and their journey. I ended up giving this one a high 4-star rating. Compile says it is a 4.5, which I would agree with. It was such a good time. So far we have a good start to this video. We have a 4.5. So I think the audiobooks for the other 2 books in this video will be coming in to Libby soon. So once they do, I will start one and we will continue on with this video. But yeah, so far so good. So far this recommendation really holds up. I think the connection to Kiss Her Once for me is accurate. I mean, they are both romances, they are both sapphic, but I feel like from what I remember of Kiss Her Once for me, the characters just kind of feel like they mesh well with this book. So I think it's a really good comp title for each other. So yeah, this was a great rec. So let's just hope the rest of them are just as good. Hello. So I have started the second book for this video. So I have started The Neighbor Favor. I'm obsessed with this so far. It is so cute. So we're following a main character. I think her name's Lily, and she works as a copy editor at this publishing house, and one of her absolute favorite books is this fantasy book that was released a long time ago and has never had any sequels, and she's just absolutely obsessed with it. And so she emails this author that she just loves his book, and they start chatting, going back and forth, and they're really hitting it off. Like, they are really connecting, and so they try to connect virtually, but he never shows up. And so a couple months go by and they just had stopped emailing because he kind of felt weird, I guess, about wanting to meet online, like do a FaceTime call or whatever. So it's been a few months, and it turns out she is in a new apartment, and he, the author, is her next door neighbor, and she doesn't know it, but I just got to the part where he knows it, and oh my gosh, I love it. I could see this being such a good movie. I'm really enjoying it. I'm 30% into it, and the audiobook is incredible. It has two different narrators, one for the male point of view and one for our female point of view, and I'm just loving it. Oh my gosh. Like, it's making me like kick my feet and stuff as I'm reading it and just feel all the feels, which I'm obsessed with. It's so fun. So I'm loving this one a whole heckin' ton so far, and I just wanted to give you all a brief update on where I'm at with that because I've been reading it for a few days, but I just kind of forgot to mention it in this vlog. But I'm obsessed. I will continue listening and I will keep y'all updated on how it goes. Hello friends, I just finished listening to The Neighbor Favor and it was okay. I don't think I enjoyed this as much as I was at the beginning because what really hinged on this story was the miscommunication, which I really didn't enjoy. I really hate miscommunication in romance, and there was quite a bit of it in this book, and it took a long time for the truth to come out between our two characters and for them to realize the truth about one another, and I just really didn't like that. Like, I really prefer it when characters can be upfront with each other and just be like, hey, this is what's going on, but of course there wouldn't be a story if there wasn't miscommunication. So I ended up giving this one 3 stars. I didn't love it as much as I was hoping, but I really did love the bookish aspect of this book. I think that was really fun, but the overall story was just okay for me. So now we're going into the final book for this vlog, which is Part of Your World. So I will start this one eventually, and I will come on here and update you all once I've started it, give you all my initial thoughts, and let you know how it goes. But this has been a really fun video. I hope y'all are enjoying it. I have so many episodes in this series planned, and I can't wait to do it. I think it's gonna be super fun. So I will start Part of Your World at some point, and I'll let you know how it goes. Hello friends, I'm looking bald, but it's fine. So I have finished the final book for this little romance vlog, and that is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Wow. Wow, I don't think I gave any updates about this book, that I had started it, that I was reading it, but I started it a few days ago and finished it today, and it was so good. I was not expecting a whole lot from this book. I have never read from this author before, and I just really didn't know what to expect. But in this book, we follow our main character, and I already forgot her name. Wow. I'm just terrible with names. So whatever her name is, we follow her, and she is part of a very long line of doctors in her family. So she is lined up to be the next like big doctor at this hospital or whatever. And so she is also married to this guy who is an absolute jerk and is cheating on her and just not a good dude. So she wants to break it off with him, but her dad is like, no, you need to stick it out, marriage is hard, you know, deal with it. And so I forget what she's doing. She's like, I think she's out with friends or something, so she's driving home and she's going through this little town and she swerves to avoid a raccoon, and she kind of like goes into the ditch and is stuck. So this guy comes along and rescues her, and then they're both on their merry way. Well, she goes to the same bar that he went to in this small little town, and they end up going home together. It's like a one-night stand. She runs away and goes back home without like, you know, talking to him, and then things just go from there, and they like interact and they get back together, like they meet up and they just form a relationship, and it's wow. Like, I have not felt so invested in two fictional characters in such a long time, and this book really just, wow, like this is true romance book. This is a true romance book. Like, it was so good. Like, it had me like super nervous for the characters. I was super anxious for them. I like loved their interactions together. This also has 2 different narrators for the audiobook, which I love. It is also dual POV, so we get a point of view from our female main character and our male main character, which I just love. And it was just so good. So good. The male love interest, like, he could not have been more perfect. Like, wow. It was just, it ticked all the boxes for me. I did end up giving it a 4.5. There was like this weird magical aspect of this book that I really didn't like. Like, when I'm reading contemporary, I want contemporary, like no weird little magical thing. And there was this weird like weather phenomenon, if that was happening towards like the end of the book. And it was supposed to be like, wow, we're like meant to be, and it just came off a little cheesy and like kind of pulled me out of the story a little bit. Like, wait, what? So besides that, it was just absolute perfection to me, and I really enjoyed this one. So I gave it a 4.5. Like I said, I had a fabulous time. So let's recap how this video went. So let me pull it up because I keep notes on all the videos that I do so I don't forget. So let me find it. I had 3 books that I absolutely loved that I put into Novelist and got recommendations for. So Delilah Green, I was recommended Part of Your World, which I gave 4.5. Kiss and Once for Me, a fave. I got Iris Kelly, which was a 4-star, really enjoyed it. And A Princess in Theory, I got The Neighbor Favor, which I gave like a 3-star, probably bordering like 2.5. So overall, I think Novelist did a really good job. I mean, I found a new favorite romance of all time in this video, Part of Your World. Iris Kelly was amazing. The Neighbor Favor was not my favorite, to be honest. I really didn't like it that much. Nothing against the book, I just think it was kind of boring. So there you have it. I'm really excited to do more episodes in this little series of reading books that Novelist recommends me. So let me know if there's any particular genre or subgenre or whatever that you would like to see in particular, as I would love to know. But otherwise, I will probably be working on another episode in this at some point and getting it out to you all. Like, I'm just gonna be reading whatever sounds good and go from there. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye!